Hello and welcome back. This is Rob Thomas, your Everything Microsoft Enterprise Cloud Chief Architect. And today we're going to jump into how to create a flow using Copilot and Power Automate. Now, previous videos, I did walk through this, but I'm going to do another prompt to initiate the flow. And I really talk about it and just the nuts and bolts, kind of give you a little bit more of a foundation of Power Automate, how you're using Copilot AI prompts, or you can even speak the prompts. And capture it and then generate a flow from there. All right, so let's dive in. But without further ado, let's give a shout out to our sponsor, and that's going to be our enterprise software solution, the Software Dudes. These guys are great. If any of your Microsoft Enterprise, Azure, Copilot, Power BI, Microsoft Dynamics, Microsoft 365, Windows Server, Windows SQL Server needs, I highly recommend them. You can see their existing customers. I am a customer and a partner. These guys are amazing. Highly recommend them. If you have any questions, don't hesitate. Please reach out to them. All right, so let's jump into this. I'm going to go to the Power Automate page here, right? And really, what I want to do is I want to just lay a good foundation, right? And I want to ask you this question: is like, have you ever tried to use an AI tool and felt like you were speaking a different language? I mean, you typed in what you want, but the AI just keeps getting it wrong. I mean, it's a bit frustrating, right? Well, when you're using Copilot and Power Automate, the words you choose make all the difference. Today, I'm going to show you how and why your prompts is the single most important part of your process, how a tiny change in your wording can be the difference between a flow that works and one that throws some confusion, right? So let's jump in. All right. So we're going to try to build an automation. With Copilot, our goal is simple. When somebody completes a task in Planner, we want a message to be posted to a specific team channel. So our first attempt, let's go with a prompt that's perfectly reasonable, right? So we're at the right page. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add this prompt right here. Send a message on Teams when a task is completed in Planner. So perfectly reasonable prompt, right? So let's put it in, and I'm going to click generate. Now, just heads up, if you're doing this for the first time, I'm going to put something in parentheses, get profile, right? You're not going to do this when you're testing, but I'm putting this because what happened was when you first start using this and you put in this prompt, it's going to show you what I want to talk about. But because I ran this prompt literally like 1,000 times, it kind of learned and it knew exactly what I wanted it to do. And then it removed the get profile because I want to talk about the get profile, but I'm putting it in here for a specific reason. Because when I did it the first time, it worked. But now that I've been running this prompt like 1,000 times, the system, the AI behind the Copilot AI behind just figured it out and learned it and perfected and knew not to put the profile in there. But you'll see when I click this. Now let's get back. So we're going to click generate. Right, so generate's going to happen. Copilot's going to go. It's working on it. It's thinking about it. The AI is like, all right, cool. So this is what he wants to do, and this is what I was talking about, right? So if you ran that prompt without get profile, that would be you'll get this whole setup. Okay, now the trigger. So basically, right, Copilot generated a flow for us, and the trigger when a task is completed looks really good, right? But when you look at the action, we'll see something strange. It added a get my profile. So when you run this the first time, unlike I ran it 1,000 times, and if I took that thing out, it wouldn't have added that. But when you run it, it would add this, right? So this looks a little bit strange. So, which is interesting. Now, to be honest with you, this action really isn't needed. I mean, if we were to continue with this flow and try to run it, it would likely fail because it's trying to connect to a user profile for no reason. This is a perfect example of an AI misunderstanding your intent based on a single word. Now, because I ran this prompt, again, I'll reiterate, I ran this prompt a bunch of times, it figured out and knew not to add it. But you'd have to run the prompt this same prompt, like a couple of times without that, and then it'll figure out, okay? All right, so the word send can sometimes makes an AI think that a profile or a user is involved in the process. So let's cancel this and rewrite the prompt. This time we're going to use the word post. So the concept is that this little word just kind of throws those off. So we're going to cancel. If I say cancel, let's just go back. Let's go back. cancels right there. I hit back. Same thing. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in this new prompt. And I'm going to change, like I just said, I'm going to change it around a little bit. I'm going to put the word post, right? So post a message in a team channel when a task is completed in Planner. All right, let's see what it does. Okay, so I'm going to click that. Voila, we got exactly that. That get profile is in there, and this is what we're looking for. All right, it generated, and I'm happy. This is exactly what we wanted. We have our trigger, so when a task is completed, this one, right, and just one action, post a message, right? This is a clean, simple, ready to go. And remember, your prompt matters. That's the most important thing, this right here. That prompt matters. All right, so Copilot has done the hard part. Now we just have to do a little bit of housekeeping and fill in parameters. This is where we will tell the flow exactly where to go. For the trigger, we need to select the group ID and plan ID. I'll click the drop down and choose marketing request groups and project management, marketing project management. So let's just click that. We're going to tell it, and you see how it's going to we already have that set up in previous videos. We talked about this, the connector. I'm going to click create flow. Right. And I'm going to need to set the group ID and the plan ID. So you're going to see invalid parameters. Previous video, we kind of talked about that. Not to be concerned. I'm going to click down. Now, to get this to work, you could see I'm going to click group ID. So marketing operations, and I created a SharePoint site called marketing operations. I created a Teams channel called marketing operations, right? And then I created a plan, and I call this plan a marketing project management. So just kind of get you an idea of you're doing this yourself, and then that's it. Come in, pop in here, and then we're gonna use the flow bot, right? So leave the flow bot. And then that's very important. And then here, make sure it's on channel, right? And then it's going to populate these two. And then we're going to click this and basically just say, let's go to marketing operations, right, for the team. And then the channel, boom. And then I'm going to click marketing projects, right? And then that looks good, right? We're going to leave that there. Okay. Now, this looks good. We're going to leave it and eventually save it. But I just wanted to really walk you through that flow, this setup, so you can get a good feel and idea what we just did. Okay. All right. So now what we're going to do is let's click save. Let's save that. All right. So now it's saved. Our automation saving. Make sure this doesn't fail on me or act up. Okay. All right, good. So your flow is ready to go, and we recommend you test it. And I'm just going to get rid of that. All right. Let's test it and select menu and go. So let's click test, hit manual, and then test. All right. So we put it in this test. Now, I'm going to switch over and trigger a task. So give me 1 second here. All right. So it's good running. And as I jump over here, I did this one. I'm going to do this one. So let's go. Let's just pick one of these and basically say, mark this as completed. Test 1. Hold on, let me just do this real quick. And then test 2. Keep my sanity a little bit. And then just click that. And then I'm going to say, all right, great. This task is completed. Right? So I marked it as completed. Now we're going to come back over here. We're going to give it a second because what happened was, remember the prompt, right? Post a message in Teams channel when a task is completed in Planner. So remember, we pointed it to this planner, right? And then any of the tasks that get completed in here will trigger this automation, and it will post a message in a Teams channel when the task is complete. Right. So I want to give it a second. It's manually looking for it, and that'll pop up. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my Teams So you can see that. Ah, voila. Voila. So we got 2 green checks, right? That looks really, really cool. All right. All the way through, this ran perfectly. Now, if we go to our Teams channel and look at that, a message from the full bot will say a task has been completed. And let's do that. And then while this is just taking, and it's got a lot of stuff going on in here, but so you can see, hi, and it's letting you know, hey, stay on top of your notifications and update, update on the team. I got some other stuff going on, but let me click around in here and then just show you right there, a task that's completed in Planner. So we got that. So boom, automation is working. That is awesome. The 2 green checks. We got that set up and it was super simple, right? So the lesson is simple. When you use an AI to build your automation, be specific and clear with your language. A perfect prompt is the secret to getting a perfect flow, right? So got to make sure a perfect prompt is the secret to getting a perfect flow. Now, I want to hear from you. What is one manual task that you would love to automate with a single perfect prompt? Tell me about your experience in the comments below. And if you found this video helpful, please give it a like and be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on the next video. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.